Yo. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. The first time I'm really just going live with no plan, really. I've done this a few times before, but not a real plan. So, yo. How are we feeling? Look at the people. I was gonna have music playing, but the music was gonna take away from my train of thought, and then I'd probably be, singing, dancing, getting distracted from what I was trying to say today. So today is the first day of Scorpio season, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because I am a Scorpio, so I'm feeling it extra hard. And so basically I wrote down a few things that I'm just gonna say, and I'm just gonna talk, that have been on my heart, that have been on my mind these past weeks, and what's come up just as a Scorpio. This past year, I have to put this down or I'm gonna get distracted. I'm gonna start with the most recent thing that I have connected to my Scorpio shift, is me chopping off my hair. So basically, I went back in the past 2 months to chop my hair 4 different times because I just did not feel okay. I did not feel like myself. I felt like I needed to retract into the shadows, and I couldn't be my best self out in the world, out in social media, and I just had to keep on chopping until I found the moment for me that resonated the most. So it started like that. Hello. If anybody wants to say hey, also, I'm feeling a little scatterbrained. Say less. I'm gonna give it a second for more of the homies to pull up so I can get my juices flowing, because honestly, I'm just like a little nervous. I haven't been live like this, and so, oh my gosh, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm good. Ciao. Hey, Miranda, help me. Scorpio love. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with what comes up for the people interactively before I get caught in like my whole tangent, because I've had a lot of tuck going up on my brain, and it kept me up at night. Like, I had so many things that I wanted to say about the season changing. So how it started for me is that I feel like I have an internal clock when something's about to end. And I'm going to talk like I'm talking to my homies that want to know what's going on, which also one of them are in here. So I moved for the 11th time, coming into the 11th month of the year. And I moved back to a place that was in a cycle of, I've lived here 4 years ago. So now we're doing it again, 4 years later, with a 4-year cycle on the 11th month. And this year is my abuela's 111th birthday in the sky. And my abuela that's alive had a surgery on the day that was her birthday. So if we're talking about connection and numbers and zodiac, for me, numbers guide me. They show me that the angels are around. They show me. So I'm not like a licensed astrologer. I don't know nothing. I just know what I've experienced on the streets. I just know what connections I've been able to make with people that have the same zodiac. And it just so happens that I know Scorpios because I am one. But a lot of zodiac has like the same characteristics of each other, and we can't really encompass all of them in just one sign because we all hold the same. So something that's really key for Scorpios is that it's always a death and rebirth cycle all the time. Astrologists in the street. It's always a death and rebirth cycle all the time. We're constantly like going to the ashes, rising again. This is why the spirit animal is the phoenix sometimes. So it starts there. So when I started to make that connection recently, that Scorpio season was coming up, I was like, oh, so I'm not like actually going insane. And I thought that all the ways that I needed to fix my inner worlds was through all these outer things, which the first thing always you do is physical. So then the one thing that was manifesting in my life that I had control over and shifting and changing was my hair. So I was like, I need to do something here. My birthday's coming up. I feel like I've looked in the mirror and seen the same look for like 12 years, girl. Like, what are we doing? So I had to like grab something in my life that I could take and take control of. Life and death all the time. I feel like all year long, from the biggest thing about Scorpios is that we will literally be sitting in the background waiting all year, collecting information, collecting intel, collecting like all the people, all the things. There might be a lot of relationships that have ended. There have been betrayal. There has been lies. There has been the shadow of the Scorpio is deep, deep. And this past year for me, it came out so strong. The amount of people that dropped out of my life, the amount of friends that just disappeared that I thought I was going to have for like the next 20 years of my life. I didn't even expect to lose them. And because another thing in Scorpio's loyalty, we're trying in all ways, shape, and form, we are trying to maintain that relationship for life. This is literally life or death. Friendships are not normal. Like, this is family now, you know? So when I had friendships that exited my life that lasted that long, I mean, I wasn't going to do it on my own. So if the energy, astrology, you know, spiritual people are in here, it takes sometimes a deep, deep, hard push to get you moving out of something that you wouldn't have normally moved out of. So for instance, toxic relationships, friendships, family stuff, until something physical arises in your life to move you away from the person or to move you away from this relationship completely that you cannot keep on going back, nothing's going to change. So for me, I had relationships that I was going to try to make that work for life. But then it just so happened that my angels were like, I think this girl needs something really hard. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. It's going to be painful, but it's the only thing that's going to like push her into changing her life. No, it is mourning a death. I felt like I mourned multiple deaths this year to the point that no more social media contact with people, like no more number contact. It was serious. It was really hard. And there is a deep, deep, because Scorpios are also water sign. We are like the ocean. Like we are the ocean. We go deep. Like we go so deep. It's hard sometimes to even see the light at the top of the ocean, at the top of the surface. So that happened to me a few times. And recently, I only started to feel the shift when I started to take control of my physical, when I started to chop off my hair and like begin again and take a leap of faith, some type of risk that I haven't taken in my whole life. Like now that I'm past 25, we're in the 20 ands before 30, we got to do something. So there was that. And then there was also the internal clock that was like, it was time to change your environment. I love you, Miranda. I had to change my environment. I felt like it was icky. Like the place I was living was icky. I'm from Miami. I moved back to Miami. I was living there for 2 years until recently. Only 2 years. And I just felt like it was time to move. And to tie in the astrology to the astrocartography, for anybody who knows about astrocartography or don't know about it, I'm going to tell you about it. So on the background of more things, I've been traveling a lot these past 2 years. And the travel was initially inspired by a move, which was inspired by a breakup, which was inspired by another life and death rebirth. Like it just happened all over again. And then I just had to start from the beginning. And I moved back to Miami to do that. And over that period of time, oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought again. Oh, the astrology. Over the period of time, I started doing the travel, and I started traveling according to my astrocartography. And I didn't know about it until, I don't know, like maybe I was in Mexico, or maybe there was another country that I got introduced to astrocartography. But basically what it does is it lays out your whole astrology on the map. Yeah, no, I go so deep in my mind. I'm like, whatever, let me just chill. So basically it lays out your whole astrology on the map, whatever you go by, like your, Brazil maybe. Like it puts, so my sun sign, my moon line, my Sagittarius, my Mercury line, the cap, whatever, every single, all the planets, whatever, lays them out on the map. I don't know how to read them, but I've had enough readings to understand what mine mean. And the Saturn line is a line, for example, that is around family, responsibility. Sometimes it can be hard to move through the Saturn line because you're back to back to back to back dealing with something that just not end or like it literally doesn't end. And that is where I grew up. I literally grew up on my Saturn line. Like it was never ending family drama. Like it would not end in my life, and I could not figure out why I couldn't do anything. So when I first moved back to Miami, these past 2 years, every time I was in Miami, I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt like my body was stuck. I felt like I couldn't do anything. And anytime I tried to do something, I was in trouble. If it wasn't in trouble with a person, it was in trouble with the law. I had like tickets out the booty hole. It was a whole entire fiasco. I couldn't even drive in Miami. Imagine, anybody who knows a big major city, if you can't drive in it, it's hell. So I couldn't even drive there. I was spending more money living there because I was spending money on Uber Eats, the whole entire thing. I couldn't drive because I had no vehicle, and I was spending more money to get to the job, etc. So I started leaving the country. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. And insert all those times is like when I started to travel according to the map. And I felt all of a sudden renewed, alive, a whole new person when I would just move a country over, or I would move 30 minutes that way, or I would like literally, or I would feel it, in a person. So sometimes you can feel astrocartography through a person who ends up growing up from this point in the world. They grew up near your sun line, ends up being that you guys are like this, besties. Like I have besties all over the world that simply connect with my astrocartography too. I've literally connected everybody, even some of my friends in here right now, Miranda in here. I've literally connected all of our astrology together. Like this is why you can't deny it. Anybody could say it's bibbidi bobbidi boo magic up in the air, whatever. But it does connect in a real way. And every single person has their own individual blueprint. Like you are an individual completely. There's, let's see, astrocartography, that Scorpio. What else did I want to say? This is why I take notes. Yes, babe, we got it. What I do want to say is when the biggest point is that the rebirth. So after all this death happens in the Scorpio's world, friends leaving, family leaving, like you end up having to create a whole new support system from scratch, but that support system ends up literally just being right in front of your face. Like I had a situation happen with a friend that I thought wouldn't happen. I didn't think we would stop being friends. Like didn't think that was even in the playbook. And it took something horrendous for them to do to my dog, for me to be like, whoa, that ain't friend-like. And then the moment I closed their door on them, it was like magic. A door opened, and who stood in it but one of my friends that I was in a whole nother country, in a whole nother place. And the moment I called them, dropped everything and took care of my dog when somebody basically kicked my dog out of their house and left him on the street. In dramatic terms, because they're always trying to mess with Scorpios. We are actually nice. Like, we are nice. We are nice. We are loyal. Like, most people are, and it's not just a Scorpio thing. Most people are loyal and nice if you give them a chance. But, we all started as babies in this world. We all came out of the womb. We all started fresh. Nobody knew what they were doing. Literally, nobody knew what they were doing till they got here. Every single time we do something new, it's a try. We don't even know how it's gonna work out. This is why we be getting mad at people when they respond to us in a way, and we think that now they're directing some type of aggression towards us, but when really, I don't think they actually meant to get the reaction from us that they did get when they did that. Like, we are just human. Thank you, Chelsea. Like, if you really think people are walking around with a multiple choice thing in their head that says, if I choose this one, or this one, I'll get this reaction, this reaction, this reaction, and if I pick this one, they're just gonna hate me forever. Who's picking that option? Nobody is actually like, oops. To go on that in the culture that we're in today, there's a lot of immediate canceling. Immediate hands up. I don't like that. Immediate hand up. I don't like that opinion. I don't like that person. I don't like what they said. Case closed. Now, if we look at on a deeper level, that's like a trauma response of like, oh my gosh, that just triggered me in a way I don't like, and I don't like what they said, and now I'm feeling some things I don't like. Close the door. Bye. Bye. When really nobody actually knows how the words that they're saying are going to affect the people around them until the people around them express themselves and say how they feel. It's too extreme. They try and shoot their chest. But yeah, it's too extreme. And so to tie that into something I learned this year was that my life started to heal through opening my communication. When I started to open my communication more, when I started to express my boundaries, something I never even knew how to do. I literally never knew how to establish my boundaries because, hello, nice. Like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a full body yes. It was like but I was like, whatever, appeasing the masses. So when I started to learn to express my boundaries, which is something that all of us have. All of us are energy workers. All of us are somatic people, practitioners. Like all of us, all the big lingo jargon that they try to throw at you online to just like blanket over a term, whatever, and throw it away. Like we all have the power inside of us to understand these concepts and to heal ourselves. We just have to listen. So the only time that I start to feel depressed, anxious, in a grieving portal, in a place where I don't even want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to hear anything. Those are the times when I have stopped looking inside myself. I literally stopped asking myself, what's good? I was like, I don't care what's good. I'm just going to keep on moving through life. I'm just going to do this. This will make me feel better. I'm just going to do this. This will make me feel better. Every single time I was like, maybe something outside can help my inside. When literally, I think it's in my bio, as above, so below, as within, so without. I wasn't even listening to my own self. As your inside reflects your outside. How you tend to your inner garden, how you tend to your inner body is how the world's going to look around you. And my world was looking pretty grim. Wasn't looking good. I wasn't putting nothing good in my body. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't check 1, 2, how we feel it in here. I was forgetting my resources. I was just forgetting everything I needed to do to feel good. And then I can give a real concrete example from my life in this week on how I just shifted just in a week. So I shifted in a week because I had listened to a podcast a while ago. I forget the names of everything, that I listen to. I just take information in from everywhere. But they said, if you have time to brush your teeth, you have time to meditate. Okay, so let's break that down, right? Meditation, single-minded focus. So anything that you are literally able to pause your mind, pause the thoughts, because the thoughts go like this all the time. Our brain is literally insane. It will never stop. And if you run with every single one, you're going to get confused and never know what's going on. Period. Obsessively back. And, what's it called? This is why I can't look at oh my gosh. Okay. So trusting mind, trusting thoughts, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Wrapping it back around to self. So to not get pulled away into every single thought process, we have to stop the thoughts, realize that some of them are just thoughts. Like we don't have to run with every single one of them. Not all of them are fact. And some of them are just trying to rile us up from the inside and like make us activate in a way that is so far away from our true character. That's not us. That is a response to something that is not who we are. And so in this way, when you single-minded focus, we're wrapping back around. That can be walking with an om in your ears, a workout, where we have a lot of people that work out in here probably. Love you, Gabby. This is even reading when you're just channeling in another form of information that's not your own, and then your brain just stops. Or reading can be the start of something new. It's a whole other thing. But even as simple as just sitting and doing a body scan, right? So sometimes in the day, it's like honestly me right now, like sometimes I get so stressed because I have so much to say and I feel like there's a clock and an amount of time that I need to get it out in the most perfect way that my creation process stops. and I don't create anything. And then I get stuck. And then I get creatively constipated. And then I get far away from my truth. And then I'm not sharing with the world the gifts that's like in me to share. That was literally given me to share. And if I'm not sharing it here, I'm sharing it in a journal. I'm sharing it with anyone who listens. It will come out of my mouth regardless. This is me. I have to believe in that. I have to trust in that. So that's my moment right now. Ugh. Just to check and not be stressed. Whew! So that was just right now. I think that took, I don't even know how long that just was, but like I just read almost really deep there. And humans, we now have access to so much information at our fingertips, at our disposal all the time, that it is actually too much for our bodies to process. Like, our bodies are still evolving at the regular rate. Our brain is going way faster than regular evolution. Like, we got 4-year-olds, like, tablets, like this whole world has just progressed way too far. And it even feels like on a collective level, we lost a year. We lost a whole year. Like, people are like, whoa, 2020 was 5 years ago. Like, it is overstimulation in the max. It's too much to process. Like, we don't take the proper amount of time. Like, even after relationships, after breakups, like it's been 2 years and some change since I fully broke up with the relationship I was in my life. It took a full year to actually build back who I was, what I wanted, what I was looking for before the next year of like, but now what do I want to give to the world? What am I trying to do? How am I trying to live? How am I trying to be? And we're rushing each other. Like, this also goes around to consent. So like, people have the opportunity to retract, take back consent at any moment. So like, if you aren't okay with something and you already told somebody you were okay with it, this is a way that you can flip back in a way that is opening a dialogue for a new way, right? So it's like, hey, I know I said that I was going to go out with you tonight, whatever, but honestly, like, really checking with my body, checking with my soul, I just don't think I can. I don't really have any other explanation. And I'm really sorry if that hurt you and that we planned this in advance, whatever, but please give me an opportunity to make this right. I really do want to make this right. So how can we work something together that we don't do it this time? Let's do another time, Just opening dialogue for new ways. It's not just yes or no. It's opening up the opportunity to be like, no, but yes. Like, no to that, yes to this, no to that, maybe yes to this later. Like, we're allowed to do this. We're allowed to change our minds all the time. And women, for the women that are in here, if it's all my ladies right now, the whole world trying to rush us. The whole world trying to rush us into being the same all the time when we literally change all the time and we're always changing. Our brain is always changing. Like, for instance, if I'm in a long-term relationship or something and I'm in with romance with my lover or something, and then one moment I'm just like not feeling it, I should be able to be like, I don't want to do anything tonight, sexually. That's it. That has nothing to do with you. It doesn't mean I want to end this whole relationship. Like, your whole understanding of yourself and belief in yourself shouldn't depend on like the validation that you get from me when I, do the sexual pleasures and all that stuff. Like, I can change my mind. There's a lot of non-consent going on in relationships that I hear in problems that people are just like doing things because they think it's expected, which you shouldn't do. And so to wrap all that, just wipe all that, and bringing the topic to something different, I had a question in my class today. I'm in another class that like talks deeper into all the process, just all the different things that I do. And one of the questions was, what dream am I finally ready to stop flirting with and finally marry? And mine was to speak, and I put, I actually don't even read this. I know what I'm going to say. Yeah. So is to speak. Everybody has their own strength, their own special skill, their own thing that they were literally put on this planet to create. everybody has that thing, you know, and we get distracted by like school and minimum wage jobs and society and the government and the world telling you that you have to live this life super fast, super quick, and like you can't take any breaks, and you have to make your money to, you know, the fast that you don't even know who you are. Like every day you wake up, when I used to work jobs like that, I would wake up, get to work, get back, big chill, like barely able to even have time to do myself, sleep, do it again. Like, where was the room for me to be like, what do I want to do? Like, what do I want to do? This doesn't feel right, but I also need money. But like, what do I want to do? I don't know. Love you, Mia. And so for me, it was speaking. Like, for me, this is this is something I put off for so long, because every day I wake up with a head full of jumbo. And I want to put it somewhere, but then one topic leads into another topic, leads into another topic. So maybe people are coming in because they think I'm talking about Scorpio, but this is just a Scorpio talking. So if an astrologer pops up in here and it's like, I can give you the facts, girl, then give me the facts. But the fact is, I know the simpleness is that we're just shedding and coming back to ourselves all the time. And I also heard something the other day that when you cry, or read something the other day that says that when you cry, this is the closest you get to your soul. And I was like, yeah, because that is like maybe your body crying, grieving the fact that you're not doing what you were meant to do. Or you're crying because you finally got to the truth of something. You finally got, oh my gosh, I can't believe I finally found out all these years that this is, you know, this is crying, the rawness of the joy, the love, the happiness, like the sadness, this is the roots of who you are. And it would be silly for me to not spew, to not talk when I start to get hot. You see my cheeks? My cheeks are red right now because I literally get hot with how much I want to say and how much information I want to share, because yeah, the 100% is our whole generation is the way to put, yeah, you can feel it. This is like, my body will explode if I don't share my truth. I'll actually explode. Like, I think I will explode. And if I'm not saying it on here, I'm like journaling. I'm like singing. I'm dancing. I'm on the street. I'm talking to every person in the gym. I'm talking to like the people on the street. I'm talking at the gas station. I'm talking to, I'm literally, then I end up going back and I look at my dog and I start talking to him too. I have gotten the privilege to be able to witness how healing it can be to just be free in your medicine and what you came here to share. And even, for instance, going to the topic of plant medicine and ayahuasca, for example, and other plant medicines that I've sat with over these past 2 years, right? The biggest part that helped me is that it helped me get in touch with my compassion. Ayahuasca helped me learn like really real compassion. Like when somebody is at you in your face with ugly talk. Because I don't know the backgrounds of every single person in here, but my Italian, Cuban, crazy sides, toxic communication styles, like growing up. Oh my gosh, where was I going? Where was I going with that? Fuck! Communication styles. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. Communication styles, backgrounds. What was I just saying? This is how bad my brain goes. Everybody pause. Toxic. Oh, compassion. Thank you guys. Compassion. Okay, Latin cultures in general, those, yeah, they literally do. So compassion. I'm not gonna forget this. So ayahuasca taught me compassion. For my Cuban mother, that we have had a just like intricate, insane relationship, and honestly, feeling the vibe of these lives as this is the first one that I'm doing today. I think I'm just gonna start doing storytime lives because I would love to go into the intricacies of the mother, father, Latin culture, Caribbean culture, Black culture, Italian culture. I am down, but I have been brutalized by these people growing up, like, which is why I had to buck up and figure out what I was dealing with. And that's when I found out that I wasn't arguing with people. I was arguing with disorders. I was arguing with triggers. I was arguing with all the manifestations of traumatized people. And they were so far removed from themselves that I didn't even know where they were anymore. I was like, who am I talking to? Did this person just tell me to go die? Didn't you make me? What are you talking about? So compassion, to bring it back again. I learned to really love. I learned to really look at every single person and see if they're saying something nasty, if they're saying something closed-minded, if they're saying something that really is not like resonating. It's probably because they had so many horrible things happen to them back to back down the line that it built up so many things in their personality, in their complex, in their life, that they got so far away from the truth of who they could have been that now they're coming at you with only ugly and only claws and only barbed wire, because they don't know how any other way to protect themselves, because they literally came in here into this world the same way that every single one of us came into this world, as a baby, completely raw, with just the hope and prayer of being able to be taken care of and loved and our basic needs met. We all started that way. So we all started. And so I can only see that in my mom. If we go back to compassion, when I see it in her eyes, in her face, I see like the baby, how she began in this world with just love and just like pure wonder. And she's a Libra, so she's just like romance, love, beautiful things, like, you know, she was like, yes. And then back to back to back to back things happened to her that made her hard, made her hurt, made her sad, made her grieve, made her be so far removed from who she was. And this is so many people. And I took a complete stop and a break and didn't talk to her for a year, which is a whole nother story time they'll get into. Whatever. It'll happen. And I literally sat with ayahuasca twice, back to back, 2 nights in a row in the desert. And I woke up and was like, finally understand. Like, I was over here talking to another family member about my mom. Like, I finally get it. Like, you know what? I'm flying right to you. I'm flying right to you. I'm gonna fix this right now. I had written her a 10-page letter trying to express myself. But she wanted my Cuban mother wanted my ass in the flesh, looking in her eyeballs, saying it with my chest. And that's what ayahuasca said too. It said, hey girl, you got money to go fly here, there, and everywhere. You don't got money to go fly to see your mom and fix that. My mom's, yeah. Literally, that you're definitely, I will definitely go into the mother-daughter relationship like on a whole nother segment, because it'll be another 2 hours. It's only been 35 minutes. I can't even believe it's been 35 minutes. I'm so grateful to have you guys in here. So this has been so fun. And so this is something else I heard today that inspired me from one of my teachers, Adriana Rizzolo. You should look her up on Instagram. This is a lot of the work that I do from her. And she said in our class, yada, 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 figuring out how to serve while grieving and in a death and rebirth cycle. So, to apply that to right now, I was feeling out of touch with myself. I was feeling like I needed to shed a layer. I was feeling like it wasn't right. I didn't want to show up on social media. I didn't want to show up anywhere. I was like, ugh, something's happening. Chop the hair. I was like, okay, this is feeling a little better. Okay, cool. And then I started to remember myself and was like, and by doing this, I resourced 2 videos that I post to me. I make my own little logs on my phone. I literally journal all the time. I literally talk to myself all the time. Like, all the time. I'm just like, oh, I can't post this because then it doesn't hit the whole subject, and then they need a whole another 5 minutes to understand that, and then whatever. So I'm just going to start coming live now and start here. But I'm not like the guru of all gurus. I don't know everything. Nobody could literally know everything. We have access to know as much as we can in this life, and we have opportunities, whatever. But through doing this and talking here with you guys in this like container, it heals me and makes me remember myself. And makes me remember, like, I actually had so many things that I wanted to say and I wanted to talk about. And, like, doing it in a live setting where you're able to talk with me and then say things that, like, you know, brings up new things, new topics, new flow. I thought I had a plan of where this was going, and I had no idea what ended up right here. And I was really nervous at the beginning because I always get overwhelmed by how many things I have to say. But it wasn't going to be perfect. And this was... I can't do everything perfect, and I want it to be really raw and really authentic. Because this is me. I would literally be in my room just talking like this. And so figuring out how to serve while grieving and in a death and rebirth cycle. And every time I haven't been serving in the way, because I just have so much information. I've been collecting so much stuff about healing and trauma because I've literally been face to face with high levels of trauma. And I had no tools. I had to just start reading books, going to class. I was like, I don't know what I'm dealing with, but this is just not, I have to roll up my sleeves and figure out what's going on because these people are coming at me from every angle. So I'm coming here, and every time I forget that, randomly I'll be outside, like on the street or somewhere, and all of a sudden someone randomly starts talking to me. And or like all of a sudden, I just saw 444 on cheese. You know what I mean? Like, for the people who follow the angel numbers, like, I was not looking for that. Like, yeah, I took myself to school. Yeah, we talking. And it's like right when I think, nah, bro, the angels, this ain't a sign. This is just a coinky thing. The angels are like, wanna bet, bitch? Are you for real? Like, how many different ways do we have to be like, hey, girl, we're with you. Trust yourself. Just let it ride. Like, be a human being, like, make connection. And I just hope that I learn new opinions in the process. I hope people give me the opportunity to learn more. And give me something else I could riff with, because I love hearing more opinions. Hello. I would never understand an opinion here if someone didn't tell me. I'd just be talking my shit all the time. Talking about how the best cheese is yellow because I'd never tried any other one. You know what I mean? And I'm not, what was I going to say on the last part? Okay, yeah, so this has been a very beautiful download for today. And I have had so much fun talking with each of you. Chelsea, Miranda, oh my gosh. I know, right? I should make a cheese plate. But I do want to wrap it up with a final food for thought, some final things to close us in like a nice, beautiful way. So, I was thinking today, right? I was like, the hardest worker, the hardest working force out there in the world, tirelessly working for us all the fucking time, the deepest, most healing medicine that exists for free. Come on. I was looking out the window like, damn, Air be doing his thing day long. Air be doing it. And it's just there, consistent. Anytime you need it, you can reset your whole life. 5 to 7 deep, like 1, 2, 3, 4 breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, the deep count in breaths, count out breaths. 5 to 7 of those, you a brand new person. You're like, wait, what happened before those 5 to 7 breaths? And a lot of the things that we go through that I can go through in a whole nother talk another day is we are human, and humans are animal. Like, our rawest part of ourselves is that animal instinct, period. So how trauma manifests, fight, flight, freeze, and chaotic boom, self-destruct. If anybody's ever been witnessed to somebody in a full-blown meltdown, So, what's up, guys? If I talk too long, I'm gonna forget my train of thought. Hold on. Village Oracle, sick. Anyway, hold on. This is why I can't look at the chat. Hold on, I got this. Thank you. I've had Oracle in the sentence, to wrap it up, I can remember this. Everybody who's come in right now, I've been doing this whole time, but the thought always comes back to me. Hold on. Breathe. Let me listen to myself for a second. I think I wrote down. Oh yeah, we were talking about breath. We were talking about air. trauma response. There we go. Okay. So basically, if we look at ourselves, how we should be treating ourselves, is that an impala, right? Like this prey animal in the safari, the impala, like, you know, like the deer, whatever, is running, and it's about to get picked off by the herd, by a cheetah, right? Running. The cheetah gets it, right? Adrenaline's up in this deer. Adrenaline's up. Adrenaline's high. The cheetah gets it. What does it do? Immediately, like, literally plays dead. Like, it just stops. So all that energy that was in its body to, like, try to protect itself is now stuck in there, moving, swirling, still there. Didn't go nowhere. But it's just stopped, right? It's now in a chance here. It has a chance here. So a lot of the ways that this prey is able to get away from the predator is by, they pretend that they're dead, like literally plain dead. And then at the moment that they see an opportunity, they shake their whole body and just like dip, like flight. And then the ways that they move through that traumatizing experience is then through play, through movement, through like roughhousing, through just like a rest, eating. Like there's all these ways, and I see my dog do it every day because he's anxious rescue bully breed. So he is literally going through anxiety and trying to resource himself all day long. And he literally will get triggered. He'll get anxious. He'll feel a lot of energy. And then he'll start wagging, shaking, move around the yard, start to find a toy, gnaw on it, do all these things. And then finally he just knocks out, right? So we're in a world where people aren't giving each other the space to like actually express emotion when it comes up. Imagine, like, I travel all the time, so I see it in the airplanes, like, in the airports. All the things I could tell you about the airport stories I see. You don't even know these people I've seen in this airport. Like, anyway, I'm in the airport stretching, moving, dancing, because, hello, like, do you expect me to be, like, all the time? Like, yeah, they act like anger is illegal, right? And to speak on that, express your anger, express it in its entirety, express every emotion in its entirety, but do not accidentally throw it in the direction of somebody else. And then they become the one. They become the one that you've now channeled all of this rage into when they didn't do anything to you. You just didn't have the proper containers to hold your emotions and your energies that came up in your life so that you could show up as your best version in a relationship. Which is why so many people in relationships struggle to understand each other, because they go to each other as therapist, friend, everything, you know, and doesn't work. Like, I need to be able to shake it out with my girlies, deep guttural, you know, raw, like, dance, do all my crazy stuff, like, really, you know, get into a bitch session with somebody, and we're just yap, like, you know, I gotta do all these things, and then if I show up into a romantic partnership, I'm like, hey, now we can show up as our best selves. So let me, okay, hello. So my phone's on 3%. Oh, just kidding. I have a charger. I didn't want to go really quick because I just saw another one of my friends just joined. Oh, hold on. What's up? I know it's important. You also have to, why I stay single. I'm too mentally ill to date. No, the thing is, that where it wraps back that we have to tend to our own garden first before we can start planting seeds with other people. You know, like, if I immediately think that a relationship is the thing that's going to solve, you know, that feeling inside of myself, that person then becomes all of that for me, you know? But it's, however it comes out for you that you're able to, you know, look at yourself, it has to be harsh first, you know, harsh truths, and then you start to have compassion for yourself. You know, you're like, oh, okay. If the easiest way for me to accept that I have something going on with me that I really don't want to take into a relationship is by making fun of it, then that's the closest thing I got to accepting it right now. Then we're one step closer than we were yesterday. Because how to show up healthy in relationship. I actually had to take a break fully from my relationship with my mom. Side note, back to what I was saying earlier, because if I didn't, she was pulling me in directions I didn't know where I was going. Like, when I was living here before, I didn't know what was going on. It was post-COVID. Everything was closed. I was getting money because I got furloughed. Like, I was like, I'm just living life. Miami, Jacksonville, Atlanta. Like, I was in cities where we were outside. So, you know. So yeah, so I had to like take a break, and then there's the whole complex of breaking away from your parents, you know, view of yourself, the la 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 la. Yeah, I had to remember what my path was. What was it? I was like, what am I doing? And then that goes back into checking myself. So yeah, the reason I feel even more inspired today, I love you guys so much. This has been so fun. Like, I'm so grateful that for the people who have showed up in here for the first time ever, really just like yapping like this unfiltered. You guys have really helped me a lot today. And so yeah, so it was a lot of words. I'm gonna do it more. This is my seeing how often I want to do it. See, giving myself space. This was my small, manageable, tangible step I could take to start yapping more in a way that I thought that I needed to, you know, have a good camera or a microphone or like this or that, or then I have to put it. I think I'm like, I just want to talk. I just want to talk with people in live time, like. So I'm just gonna start here. Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, since you're here and you want me to keep yapping, I'll add. I mean, it's already 5:49, so I might as well just close this as an hour one anyway. So I'm gonna give you some tips that I've learned this past year on moving through, like, in the middle of something as you're like talking and chatting, right? Because therapy is great and all, but therapy, in my perspective, when it's just talk therapy and it's not somatic, you know, trauma informed, we have other tools that we're using to move with the body. If you're just talking about it and you ain't even moving, and it's only one person in the therapy with you, you're bringing up shit from the ground, putting it on the land, you're looking at it, you're like, okay, cool, see it, which is also beneficial, but now what do we do? What do we do with that trash? Like, how are we cleaning that up, you know? So in somatics, if I'm just saying words that don't make any sense, all of us are somatic. You know what I mean? Like, we intuitively know these things. Sometimes we just need someone to remind us. This is all of us, each other, just reminding ourselves what it is. So things that help me, like tapping, like moving, like how I've been in this conversation, I have not stopped moving because I had like a ticka in my body, you know, because I'm just a channel, and like information comes in from every single thing all the time. So like I literally have to find ways to move it through as I'm talking, and like remember what I'm saying, and also give myself the opportunity to just fuck up. It's okay. Like, crying into a pillow helps me a lot. Yeah. So there's also, crying into a pillow is good, but something about crying that in the grieving process is that what you end up tending to do is you go like this, right? You're crying, like you're constricting, you're going in this way. But what you want to do when you cry is try to be open. Like, try to open up your body to having the space to hold that emotion. You know what I mean? Like, literally opening yourself up, like straight whaling, just being open. There's also just like a tantrum on the bed, like doing the tantrum on the bed. There's a hand scream. You basically like scream into your head and like shake your body. There's like hitting the pillow when you're moving through stuff. And yeah, and like so all this aggressive things, like, these work for me because I'm high strung and I need like to get it out. I used to think meditation was lame, but feeling my feelings. Yeah, exactly. Because if you didn't feel them, they were going to take you. Like, our angels, our guides, our higher self will be like, how many times do I gotta remind this motherfucker? How many times? Hello? Are you listening? So yeah, so there's those. Journaling's always helped me. Dancing always helped me. just sitting and breathing, mantras, ohms, music, like just all these little things. I got books, I got podcasts, I got whatever. So, you can always message me too. Just message me privately too. If you ever want to chat, I have links in my bio of something I'm starting here. But yeah, that's all side. But anyway, closing out, I think now, because I'm feeling content now. I think I feel good because all these thoughts were just in my brain and I just had to get it out. So I'm so happy that everyone came that came. I am so, she gets real here, deep breath, shit. Yeah, for sure. Literally, we got real. It was like, I thought I was going to hop in for 5 to 10 minutes. It ended up me talking for like almost an hour, which is so normal for me. I don't know why I thought I would be able to get everything out in 5 minutes. And I don't know why I thought that writing it out first was going to help me when I always know I'm just a one-take wonder and I just need to start spewing and then it's just going to make sense from there. Oh my love. I don't know how these things work. Like if I end it, will it save so I can have this? Do I have to post it to save it? I don't know. I don't know how these things work. Nicola, yo! How's everybody coming? You make me not want to get off live. I'm going to have to actually just allot an hour. I'm just going to have to allot an hour every time I go live. And whoever comes in, that's just the hour. But yeah, I have been here now for 54 minutes. And I am sending you guys, yeah, if you guys, whoever's in here now, if anybody's down to come in one day for a smoke prayers, a little prayer smoke, if anyone's trying to come in for a body movement, if anybody, like, I could probably stay on here all day and keep you entertained. See somebody else join, then I want to say, hey, Chrissy! But yeah, I think I should plan this for the next time. But let's collab on it. Yeah, because I think, what do they do on lives now? You can collab on lives, right? I would so be down to have a collab. So we can have some more scheduled lives where we just hop on, start talking that talk. And also nobody answered my question. Do I just save does this save on its own when I X out? I am literally not tech savvy. So I just gotta press a button and hope for the best. Yeah. Is anybody gonna answer that one? Anybody gonna answer that question for me? Hello? I see 4 y'all are in here. Excuse me. It asks you at the end if you want to save, if you want to post. Oh, okay. Yo, what's up, girl? I was just about to clock out. Okay. I love you guys. It'll ask you if you want to save and post it. Okay. I wonder if it'll let me just save it and post different clips of it, because this is literally 56 minutes. But, okay, we'll figure it out. But I hope I can put snippets or something. We're going to figure it out. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming for the rough draft, the first time live. Wherever you are, wherever the time zone you at, I'm loving you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. You always have an opportunity to turn it around, even if it's going really shitty and you're like, this day's just over. Put on that favorite song. Do something to distract yourself. Maybe even just veg out on the couch and watch one of your favorite shows. You know what I mean? It don't gotta be that serious. You can be bored sometimes. You can simply just do nothing. Yeah. So, enjoy that day. And, be grateful. Oh my gosh. Just give thanks all day long. Oh my God. No wonder I was not in my flow. I was sitting down this whole time. Anyway, be grateful. Be grateful. Thank your Mother Earth. Thank her for the breath coming out your lungs. Thank her for another beautiful day, even if it was a shit day. You're alive to live it again tomorrow. Yeah, I have literally been in abundance of my gratitude recently, and that is the only way I feel abundant. That's why I feel abundant. That's why I feel like I can literally fly to the skies, because I'm in gratitude. So I love you. I'm grateful that you guys were all here. Thank you for making the first day of Scorpio season just really something special. Love you.